Hey, welcome to PR99, the most valuable and interesting AI news from the past 24 hours. I'm Steph, let's get into it. Our first story today is about OpenAI's upcoming model, Astra. Here is what OpenAI says. After evaluating one of our upcoming models, Astra, we are treating it as our first critical model for cybersecurity under our preparedness framework. In other words, OpenAI is treating Astra as a critical level model for safety purpose, even though it hasn't officially confirmed that Astra has reached that level. If it does, the model could potentially find serious software vulnerabilities on its own, and even plan and carry out complex cyber attacks with very little human help. Because of that, OpenAI is adding much stricter safety controls before moving forward with the model. But Sam Altman says OpenAI still wants to make Astra generally available. He does not think keeping powerful models in the hands of a chosen few is a good long-term strategy. That reminded me of Anthropic's Mythos 5. The government's temporary restrictions was lifted, but the full model is still only available to a small group of trusted partners. So this is not just about releasing a model. When AI becomes powerful enough, who should decide who gets to use it? I'm still very excited about Astra. Hopefully, it can meet us soon. Next, Claude Code is making Auto mode the default for new Pro, Max, and Team plans starting August 14th. Anthropic says users approve 97% of permission requests. That means most people are probably not carefully reviewing every command anymore. I am exactly the same. Whenever Claude Code asks me to approve a command, I usually do not read it. I just click Allow. Anthropic tested this with 1,053 paid professional testers, faced with a clearly dangerous command. Human review caught it only 13.6% of the time, whereas the safety classifier behind auto mode caught 89%. Early in the session, human caught about 17% of dangerous commands. However, after experiencing more than 50 permissions prompts, that dropped to about 5%. In contrast, auto mode block rate stayed consistent regardless of session length. So if people are going to click yes without reading, a dedicated safety classifier may actually be safer. It also lets Claude Code run for hours with fewer interruptions. Honestly, if I approve everything with my eyes closed, maybe I really should leave security to Claude. Claude Code also launched another interesting feature today. Different sessions can now message each other. For example, one session might work on logging, while another builds an email system. They can now send each other summaries, ask questions, and even give an automatic warning when one change affects the other's work. Claude sends only the necessary summary, not your entire history or all your files. So these sessions are no longer just separate windows. You don't have to keep copying and pasting messages back and forth between them anymore. They can actually talk to each other now. I think that's a very good feature for developers. Now let's move on to images. Grok has officially released Imagine Image 2.0, and it looks very strong. In the latest Arena rankings, it reached number 2 in both text-to-image generation and image editing, behind only OpenAI's GPT Image 2. I tried it right away, and the results were generally good, especially for editing and text. If you also want to try it, it is now available on Grok's website, iOS and Android apps. The API is not open yet, but Grok says it is coming soon. Now I am even more excited about Grok Video 2.0. Hopefully, it gives us something surprising. And finally, MiniMax has released MiniMax Code 2.0. The interesting part is that it was rebuilt on PyAgent, an open source framework, instead of being developed entirely from scratch by MiniMax. Of course, this is not the first time a model company has used another open source agent. Quellcode originally came from Google's Gemini CLI, but this time an independent open source project is providing the foundation for a product from a major model company. It feels like the open source community is now giving infrastructure back to the model labs. I've never used PyAgent before, but from the interface MiniMax showed, it already looks quite similar to products like Codex. I will try it when I get a chance. That's PR99 for today. If you enjoyed the episode, follow the show and share it with someone who might enjoy it too. I am Steph. See you next time.